just get better. We need better. I think we did a few things that we need better communication. A couple things that came up. Here and there that we've seen, we've practiced, we've done. That to me, in the heat of things, it's again, it's part of the experience of the games of what are the adjustments, what are they doing. That here it is, see it, how fast they turn it over. I think the communication was one of the biggest things, just as a whole, that we need to get better with, which we addressed Sunday, we addressed today. So it's something we just gotta keep working on.
Jamal said kind of the same thing about the communication. What is being communicated, I guess?
I think it's just when we make a check or we see a different thing, and then, the game's based on situations, whether it's the red zone, whether it's 3rd and long, whether it's 1st and 10, whether it's back to the wall, wherever it is, short yardage. That's the things that we constantly go over to understand. And, there's a few things in there, one with the right tackle, which was a 3rd and 10, and they were kind of standing around on defense, and Justin Senior jumped one of them, which one of the things we talk about all the time, 3rd and 10, hey, they're walking around, just get back. And again, he knows it. It's just in the heat of the battle, he saw it, jumped it, and knew it immediately when he came off the sideline. It's just like, and there's with another one on the 3rd and I think it was 6, that we came up, re-ID'd it, got it, 4 of the 5 got it, and one was kind of like, oh crap, and kind of sat on it. So it's not only the communication. I think we did a better job communicating than we did even week 1, but it's now making sure it's clear throughout the 5 of us. And it's just something that, to me, every day we got to learn, every day we got to work on, every day they have to understand the game plan. And it's something, again, we got to keep getting better at.
Did you see improvement as the game went along the other night?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was just, as you see them all, to me, it's every snap we play for them is going to be better. It's going to be better. It's going to be a learning experience. And again, like I said after the game, is learning experience has to stop. It's got to stop being a learning experience. It's got to be, I know. When we talk about things from spring, from summer to being in the bank, so we turn around after 2 weeks now, it's, we got an opponent coming this week that, okay, they're going to play shade nose. Okay, they're going to play this defense, this day. We saw this at camp. We saw this last week. We saw this 2 weeks ago. And that's for them to keep digesting what they saw and not, I wasn't, 2 weeks ago, what was that? That it's done. It's rope. You made a mistake or you did this, it's got to be corrected. We can't go back and have it again, because ultimately too many mistakes is a problem. So it's them keeping constantly getting better at banking what we have, what we've done.
As the game went on, Gus Wally came over there and stood by Rufus a lot. And so was that a set or was that an adjustment, just what LSU was giving you?
No, I think it's I didn't see that. I don't know what they might have said to each other. But I think anything, it's any kid or anybody that gets is say struggling, but it's just having issues. And again, like I said, guys inside can make mistakes. I said you can look, a receiver can run around route, no one's going to know. You're in the spotlight. People, your two biggest, to me, spotlight people are corners and offensive tackles. But that's the role you live. That's the life you lead. So guess what? With criticism going to come accolades. I said, you got to take them both in stride. Don't get too high, don't get too low. I said, you're going to get another rep, and you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat. It's how you come back the 2nd time and do it. The 3rd time and do it. If you let that one bother you, again, like I told him, I see it on your face, I'm pulling you. I said, not because you're not good enough, because if it's bothering you, you're worried about it, then you're going to get beat again and again. And to me, I think the part of him is, like we talked today and yesterday with him, is just, you got to keep that mentality that you got to keep coming, you got to keep fighting, you got to keep fighting, you got to keep fighting. You saw it to me. I think there was things that went on in the game that you saw him get better at, because again, he's taking a mistake and learning from it to get better. And that's something he's got to constantly do.
Does his age help him with that? Because he's been around?
I think he's been on this program for 5 years, so he knows what the program is and how this program works. And it's a tough program. It's a hard program. You're going to make mistakes, but learn. And again, it's newer for him. He said, we talked about it, it's like that's the most snaps he's ever played. I mean, he's played more snaps in the last 2 weeks than he played in the prior 4 years combined. I don't think he's played 150 snaps in 4 years prior to him. So for him learning, I think that's something that he talked about in the 4th quarter, was he's starting to get used to, okay, here it is. And that's something he's going to keep getting better with.
This week, obviously, you'd like to play some younger guys. Who would you like to work at left tackle this weekend, maybe in a reserve role?
I think what I'm going to do would be L. Jenkins. We wanted to go at both tackles. Dion and Jock are going to be the 3 that'll be the first ones in the game, just to get them experience. I think the hardest thing with not getting them in the game is we haven't started out great in either game. To give them the opportunity to throw them in there was just, and for me, that first 5 is still building that camaraderie between the 5 of them to play together, instead of immediately in the first 2 games where last year I could get away with it, because whether it was Blaine and Justin, or it was Dylan and Ben playing against each other, to get next to each other, they knew. So I could sub one of them in there and not miss a beat. You know, they could help that younger guy. Now it's inexperienced guys, to me, that haven't played a lot of games, throw another guy with no experience. Where's that gonna help me? So to me, is this, ideally game, I gotta get them in there, just to feel comfortable being there for themselves. Deion's been on field goals, done a tremendous job in field goal. So to me, he's at least been on that field. That one got a few snaps, I think, in the Southern Miss game. But to me, it's just get them snaps, and I've kind of prepped all of them for it. That, you know what, Justin Malone, when Ellen goes in there, you gotta help him. Deion, you go in there, Justin Senior, Jamal, you have to help him. So again, those guys that have played in 2 full games, giving them the leadership role of, now they're your responsibility to walk out there, to help them, not get on them, but you gotta guide them and be, in a sense, be their parents out there and helping them.
How is Martinez evolving or developing?
Good, I think he's evolving, I think he's, to me, he's right where he should be. Again, a very conscious kid about what he is, and watching film and being in there and learning his mistakes and learning the same thing, just the speed and the level and the stuff that goes into playing a game. Even though he played junior college and all the other stuff, was the mental part of it, still trying to catch up and learn. You know, he reps with us all week in practice. He's in all the meetings. He travels with us, so he's prepping to be in a game. It's just a matter of when are you ready. When you're ready, again, I've never played a kid that, you know, you play a kid when they're not ready to play, you can shell shock them. It can take a while to come back to if they don't have success. So to me, like I tell them, I want you to be ready to play so you're confident playing, not, again, you go with the difference when you ask about Rufus. He's a 5th-year guy. He's been beat before. He's made mistakes before. He's come back from those things. A guy that hasn't played, that gets put in the spotlight and fails, or doesn't really fail, but just gets beat, you could hamper him for a while. And then that's going to take me to mentally build him back up to, you can do this. Oh, but I got beat. Everyone gets beat. Learn from it, but it's a confidence issue that I want to make sure they have before, even with Elton, Deion, those next guys in. And I want them to see it in practice and prove themselves in practice that they're ready to play.
How do you know as a coach when they have that confidence?
How they practice. You know, again, for us, our ones goes against our twos a lot, our twos go against our ones. So our 2 offensive line is going against the 1 defensive parts of practice. That's who you're going to block on Saturdays. So your film, these are your game reps right now. How are you performing those game reps to sit there and say, and for me to look and say, how's he going against AJ? How's Deion doing versus Chris? Okay, when they're doing that all the time, they're ready to go. If it's 1 out of every 3 they're getting, well, you're ready to go. So I think that's where they've progressed themselves to now to earn the right to play.